All right, third one. God says, let your light shine, but I'm supposed to be careful who I'm friends with. How do you balance God's commands of living in the reality of our culture? Oh, that's really good. I love that question. Okay, so God says, let your light shine in a lot of different places. He says, a city on a hill can't be hidden. Neither does someone take their light and put it under a bowl. Instead, they set it on a lampstand, so it gives light to everyone in the house. Now, light is not very effective when it's in a lighted room. Have you ever guys noticed that? Light is primarily effective when it's in the darkness. And the darker it is, the further that you can see the light. And when God's talking to us about being a light in the darkness, He is very clearly talking to us about integrating into the world. He's not said, hey, I want you to become a cloistered community where all you know is Christians and other people who are believers so you can shine your lights at each other. He says you're to take your light into the darkness so that people can see the light of Christ in you. And that's very, very important. At the same time, our goal is not to be polluted by the things of this world. Kind of the summary statement is usually you're supposed to be in the world, but not of the world. You're supposed to live with people, interact with people, but not become like them. So it's really important for someone who's a believer to keep 1 foot moored in each of two worlds. 1 foot firmly in the Christian worldview with some great Christian friends who will hold you accountable and love you and invest in you, and then keep 1 foot in the secular world where you can be a witness, where you can be different from what the darkness looks like. And the goal of a Christian is really to be a bridge between these two worlds. I think people who are healthy Christians will have a small core of people who are really good friends that are Christians and a small core of people who are really good friends that are not Christians, so that you can be an influence in that direction. We see Jesus doing that when He called the disciples. They were all non-Christians when He called them. He called them together, made friends with them, took them through a process where eventually they became people of faith. At least 11 out of 12 of them did. And then He sent them out and said, you go out and be influencers in this world. Same thing is true of what Jesus has called us to. So be cautious about the way the rest of the world, the secular world, is influencing you. Be accountable to your Christian friends for living the kind of life that you want to, but be in that darkness and be an influence to people. Be loving people who are far from God. It's a core of the calling of who God has called us to be.